Welcome back to the channel. This is Honest Adonis 2. Dennis Rodman disproves the Scottie carried Michael myth. Well, if Scottie carried Michael, then what would we even need Dennis Rodman for? In fact, since Scottie carried Michael, now that Michael's out of the way in 93-94, Scottie should win a 4th ring for the Bulls. I mean, if you think about it, he's got quote-unquote the GOAT coach. He's playing in a quote-unquote watered-down era against quote-unquote plumbers. It's really an underachievement, much like LeBron James, for Scottie Pippen to only win 55 games. How is that possible? Before you tell me, well, they got rid of their best player in Michael Jordan. 2 things. 1, they didn't get rid of Michael Jordan. He retired. 2, you were carrying this guy in the way that it's articulated. Scottie Pippen was the best player and Jordan was in the way. Jordan gets out of the way, and now we see what you're really made of. It's a lot like Kobe in 2006 versus the Suns. Yes, the incident that LeBron fans point to and say, Kobe blew a 3-1 lead. No, Kobe showed a 3-1 lead. What I mean by that is, Kobe showed you I can beat these guys single-handedly, but I shouldn't have to put the team on my back. Literally, LeBron never put a team on his back. That's just the narrative that he actually saw Kobe do. But these guys should be able to score. They don't work hard like Shaq didn't work hard. Here, let me prove it to you. Kobe took 3 shots in the second half. His teammates took 32 shots. They made 12 of 32. They made less than half of the shots they took. Keep in mind, in 2006, social media wasn't the juggernaut that it is today. So the people in the comments then were just sports writers and people just running their mouth, saying things like, Kobe is a ball hog. He's shooting too much. So Kobe said, all right, let me not shoot at all. I'll just pass it to these dudes. Why you're not hitting the shots? That's not what LeBron James did with the 07 Cavs. They were doing their jobs. LeBron couldn't shoot, but also LeBron could not get to the paint because spacing wasn't created yet. The power forward and center could just stand in the lane like they could in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s when Jordan and Kobe played, and freedom of movement hadn't been instituted yet, as well as the gather step. If you look at that 2007 finals, count how many times LeBron got called for traveling, then fast forward to 2014, see him doing those same moves, the same steps, and see how many times they don't call it traveling.
Sunday afternoon, LeBron James, well, he was driving to try and tie the game with Washington in the waning moments when he was called for traveling. LeBron not happy with the call and in part said it was, quote, a crab dribble, not a walk that we saw on his way to the hoop. Well, referee Bill Spooner was asked about it. He's the one who waved off the play, called the violation. He clarified his ruling via email, writing to a pool reporter saying, quote, 3 steps on the move to the basket, basic travel call. Really couldn't make it any more simple than that. Here's what the parties involved had to say about the play in question.
It's a bad call. Like I said, I watched it again, and I took a crab dribble, which is a hesitation dribble, and then 2 steps. All guys can watch it, and the bad part about it, I was able to finish at the rim with contact, so it would have been 3-point play.
I mean, that's the hottest thing on the market right now. Is the crab dribble travel, or is it regular dribble, and you can gather your feet. I think he established his pivot. Once he jump stop, I think once you go up, you can go up and leave, but, he kind of switched his pivot again, so, obviously that's a travel. It was a travel, hands down. I mean, when he beats us in the game situations or he does a good job as far as finding a way to get it done, we give him credit. But it didn't happen last night, and, the right call was called.
The right call was called, guys. All right, D.A., we start with you and your take on the crab dribble. A lot of folks probably hearing that term for the first time.
Me too. I think I know what crab dribble is usually called, and it's called a carry. Okay, so, yeah, I think it was 3 steps, and I think it's a walk.
Let me stop right there right quick. When he says he thinks the crab dribble is traditionally called a carry, that's what a lot of dudes did in and one basketball, street basketball. Palming the ball, all that type of stuff. I hope this is not what LeBron fans are referring to as the league is more skilled, because when Allen Iverson came in the league, that signified them allowing more street ball moves to be put into the NBA game, because I say this all the time, time, black lives did not always matter. There was a distinction, segregation, if you will, between our Naismith basketball and your street black people basketball. And they, the people in power, made the distinction. I don't care if you don't like that, LeBron James fan. That's the world that we all grew up in. You can tell yourself that world doesn't exist today. Okay, you just keep singing that tune. Soon as you move out of your mama house, that tune is going to come back to sing right to you.
For LeBron, I think that's a travel.
All right.
Pretty sure it's a travel, guys.
Mike, Frank, Mike, I'll start with you. I think part of the surprise, maybe not that a guy traveling on his way to the hole, but the fact that a big name in a big-time situation gets called for it.
It's reminiscent to me of a few years ago when they started calling Allen Iverson for the carry a lot, and he, of course, is an MVP player, and he didn't like it any more than LeBron does, and obviously superstar players expect superstar treatment on occasion. I think this is a good thing.
What rules like that were instituted for Jordan and Kobe? None would be the answer to that, but you can do like LL said, keep on searching, gotta keep on searching. That's what I mean by Kobe showed a 3-1 lead. He didn't blow a 3-1 lead. Very shortly after that, they got him the help that he asked for. Something else LeBron fans leave out, I don't know if they leave it out because they don't know it or it's because they're lying. First and foremost, Kobe said, you stay here, Shaq. Why don't y'all get rid of me? Because Shaq famously said, if Kobe thinks they gonna take him over me, go to management. Yes, Shaq said something like that in the media, on camera. If you were to Google it, you might be able to find it on YouTube. Men that know their worth will challenge the system. Sometimes you gotta quit the job. Sometimes you gotta do like Kevin Hart said and just put them on a table. Let them know what you're talking about. Because people will play you if you let them play you. They're gonna try. If you let them, they're gonna continue. That's all walks of life, all races, all genders, all places. All people aren't gonna do it, but you're gonna run into that in your life. Shout out to you men who have run into that. Leave it in the comments, your story of running into somebody trying to play you like you was the one who could be played. Some of us have been at our jobs and we had to let these people know, hey, I'm a man first. I'm your employee 4th or 5th down the line, but I'm a man first. You ain't gonna talk like that. You ain't gonna act like that. You're gonna hand me this paperwork like you know you handing it to a man that will go upside your motherfucking head in this place. Anyway, Kobe moved out of the way, gave his teammates the opportunity to prove we're a big help. Kobe is a ball hog. He just shooting. The people in the comments who was the sports announcers and sports writers, like people have done to me on this channel. Oh, because, you know, these LeBron fans don't want to admit that they're making me rich by keep coming here and talking. You're literally making me rich, my dude. You supposed to just ignore this and let it flush down the toilet eventually, because it sucks anyway. But you keep coming here, gotta prove your point, because you insecure as a fuck, and you're creating engagement. You sharing it to your favorite TikToker, your favorite YouTuber. They're trying to debunk my points, and you're making me rich. So in order to knock me off my square, they say stuff like, oh, you only doing videos on that. You only doing that. You don't even, you know what I'm saying? And that's what those people in 06 did to Kobe. Oh, you taking all the shots. Am I making the shots? Are we winning? Are we up 3-1? Shut your bitch ass up. But as I said earlier in the video, sometimes you gotta let people know what's real from fake. Therefore, shoot the ball, Kwame Brown. Shoot the ball, Smush Parker. Here, I'll pass it to you. Do what y'all want to do. Nobody did nothing. So Kobe got him 2-3-1. He moved out the way because people kept talking. That's what it looks like to me. You can flip it and bounce it and turn it into whatever you want it to look like. Dudes always be coming into my lives, and go to my TikTok if you want to see me do these TikTok lives over there, or you can stay here. It's all good however you want to do it. They'll want to come up there and talk to me. I'll be like, nah, I'm not trying to talk to you. They'll say, you're scared. So I got to hit them with this little Korean parable. I don't know how my wife says it in her language, but what it means is, do you avoid stepping on feces because you're afraid of it? No, I actually added a part to it. I'm the most important thing in this Dookie's day. You know, Dookie on the sidewalk? I'm the most important part of your day, because once I step in you, now you're traveling with me. I'm on the move. Use a plop of poop on everybody's avoiding you. I'm gonna prove I'm not scared of you by stepping on you. It doesn't make any sense. And this is how people talk you off of your square. But what Kobe actually did was prove I'm the driving force on this team. I am. Phil Jackson is not, because he ain't out here shooting the ball, and he wasn't able to sprinkle his magic coaching dust, his magic GOAT coach coaching dust on the thing and make them win. You still need for me to be Kobe Bryant in order for us to win. Because these other guys on the floor shot 12 of 32 in the second half. One, y'all leaning on me like you supposed to, but 2, you running your mouth as if you're not leaning on me. So go for what you know. And that's in essence what happened in 93-94 when Jordan left. You're supposed to win a 4th chip, Scottie Pippen. You're supposed to pour your magic GOAT coach dust on the whole situation, Phil Jackson. You don't got a ring with Scottie Pippen as your main scorer. Phil has a ring with Shaq, Kobe, and Jordan as his main scorers. You don't have that with Scottie Pippen, and Scottie Pippen had more help than Jordan. You had a fully stocked, fully experienced Chicago Bulls team when you got the keys to the franchise. Bulls hadn't even won a chip when Jordan got the keys to the franchise. Let's understand that. They hadn't been to the finals. Let's understand that. Before Phil Jackson was head coach, Doug Collins actually took the Bulls to the Eastern Conference Finals. Did we not know that? Did we not know that Michael Jordan had 3 different coaches before Phil Jackson took over as head coach? Of course they didn't know that. Anyway, we end up having to go get Dennis Rodman. And by the way, let's dispel that myth. The front office and Phil Jackson decided we're going to go get Dennis Rodman. Jordan didn't have anything to do with it. Although they came to Jordan and said, what do you think? We're going to get him. Jordan didn't tell them, this is what I need to win. Let's go a little further right quick. Shaquille O'Neal did not win in a watered-down era against plumbers. Dudes will say, yeah, but he swept Jordan when Jordan came back. Well, Jordan only played 18 games. No excuses, because Jordan swept them the very next year. You forgot that part. Jordan swept Shaq and Penny in 95-96 season. See, you didn't sweep Jordan and the Bulls. Y'all just won. You got swept, Shaq. This dominant guy who's supposed to be this and this and that. I said Shaq is a plumber because he was drafted in the 90s. LeBron fans say 90s guys are plumbers. Jordan played against plumbers. Why you don't think Shaq is a plumber? Oh, because whatever he did with Kobe, well, then that means he was just as dominant with Kobe as he was against Jordan. But he wasn't able to win no rings. But then you'll say, oh, that's because he had Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman wasn't able to win no rings. 91, 92, 93, 94, 95. That's 5 seasons he was not able to win a ring. The biggest problem probably is Michael Jordan actually makes his team super. Dennis Rodman was able to have all of these rebounds with the Spurs, and he didn't help the Spurs win anything. Dennis Rodman was able to do all of this stuff. I think he was defensive first team in 91 and in 92, all defensive first team, and he still couldn't help the Pistons get past the Bulls. But once you get Jordan on the team, once you come to the team with Jordan, it's Jordan's leadership, it's Jordan's drive. Somehow he was able to put it together with Dennis Rodman. The fact that Rodman wasn't able to win with David Robinson, but Tim Duncan was, it speaks volumes about the person Dennis Rodman wasn't. If Scottie Pippen actually carried Michael Jordan, there'd be no need for Dennis Rodman ever at all to be a Bull. This was Phil and the front office's decision, not Jordan's. They went and asked him for his blessing, but they came to him with the proposal. If Scottie Pippen was carrying Michael Jordan, Scottie and Phil would have won in 93-94. There's the hole in your story. You can say whatever you say, believe whatever you believe, but that's a big plot hole in your story. Scottie Pippen had more experience than damn near everybody in the league in 93-94 when he got the keys to the franchise. Who had been to the finals 3 times in a row? Michael Jordan's gone. The rest of the competition, who had been to the finals 3 years in a row? Magic is already gone. Finals experience is supposed to be something that helps you. Only finals experience doesn't help LeBron James. LeBron James had more finals experience than that 2015 Warriors team, yet his leadership was not able to shine for some reason when it came to that. So let's blame Kyrie. And the problem is Michael Jordan is able to put it all together. I mean, at the end of the day, none of what you're saying erases 6 finals losses. And that's what all of these talking points are for. The LeBron fan argument is because they're trying to figure out a way to cope with 6 finals losses. Jordan in the 90s had nothing to do with your 6 finals losses. Tim Duncan and them, you got swept by a bunch of 90s players. D-Wade in 06, he was able to win with a bunch of 90s players. Even the quote-unquote super team Celtics, those guys were drafted in the 90s. Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, and Paul Pierce. LeBron ran from these bums and said in his podcast, we only lost to the Mavs because we were building our team to go against the Celtics. I mean, this is pretty damning evidence, but you're going to believe whatever you believe, but that's great. Keep coming here, keep making me rich. I love it, LeBron James fans. Everybody else here just wants to be entertained. It's television. This is the new television. In fact, people are watching this on their television while they're eating their meal. I know I do when I'm watching the sports stuff like we've been doing since we was teenagers. But you actually bringing the channel money, and I love it, LeBron James fan. Now, you would think that would make them stop coming here because they're making me rich. Nope, they too insecure to stop. And their ideas themselves suck too much for them to start their own YouTube channels. Look at the locker room. Jesus Christ, that guy sucks. Is that his name? The dude that's always attacking Dreamers Pro? Because his entire channel got less subscribers than one of Dreamers Pro polls? That's a poll. That ain't even just a poll. He got more people commenting on his polls than you got subscribers on your channel or people watching your whack ass videos. But hey, my name is Saul, and that's between y'all. Anyway, that's my take. I'm sticking to it. You leave it in the comments. Tell me what you think. And if you believe Scottie Pippen carried Michael Jordan like LeBron in the finals, you lose again.